How's it going, guys? Grimsie42 here, and I've got some pretty cool pickups to show you guys. Something that I've been looking for quite some time, and another title that some could put at the Holy Grail level. Definitely one of the most sought after and expensive games for that specific system. Hope you guys are excited, and without further ado, let's check it out. Alright guys, I'm going to jump right in with something that's really cool, something that I've been wanting to add to the collection for a while. Unfortunately, it is not yet complete. I still need the inner inserts, the styrofoam or cardboard, whatever the case may be in this specific version. But I was able to pick up the box for the original Game Boy. And obviously I already have the system and everything that would go inside. Like I said, I just need whatever the insert tray is, so I'll have my eyes open for one of those. But in the meantime, I got this for $5, so I was definitely really excited to get that in the collection. Continuing with the Game Boy trend, a couple complete in-box games here for the Game Boy Color and then one for the Game Boy Advance. This first one here, while not nearly as sought after or expensive as its N64 counterpart, is still something pretty cool to have, and I'm definitely happy to add this to the collection. My Game Boy Color, Game Boy, etc., the box Game Boy collection, I guess you could say, is slowly starting to grow, and I'm really starting to be happy with how it's looking. And this new edition is Conker's Pocket Tales, and like I said, it's complete in box, everything's in there. And this next one I actually got from my buddy Chris Lake, and it's something that I've wanted to get for a while. I personally prefer the DS version of this game. It was remade later on the DS, but still cool to have nonetheless, is a complete in-box copy of Pokemon Silver. And this last one here is actually a lucky pickup. I wound up getting this for $2, and I believe the seller did not know that the game was inside. Just a brief explanation. Some friends of mine and myself were at a store, and there was a couple empty Game Boy Advance boxes. And, you know, obviously one of us took notice to them, and we were like, hey, you know, are these for sale? And the guy was like, yeah, they're $2 a piece, but the games aren't inside. And this is the one I wound up getting, and I was very happy when I opened it to see that the game was inside. It's an Atlas title, and it's Super Robot Tyson Original Generation. And like I said, the game is actually in there. I was not aware, but much to my delight, there it is. Not the most expensive game in the world, so it's not like, you know, it was a total steal, but definitely a great deal and definitely cool to get lucky on that, because it's very seldom these days that a store gets caught slipping. Alright guys, moving on, I have a couple pickups that I recently got from GameStop, 3 different systems. This first one here I picked up just because it looked relatively interesting, and it was $1. I will never turn down an interesting looking game for $1, no matter how many times I run into them. And this one is Clive Barker's Jericho. And like I said, complete, in really good shape. And this one looks to be a first-person shooter. Obviously, that's what Xbox is known for, but pretty cool that Clive Barker, the guy behind Hellraiser, made a game, so definitely excited to check that out. This next one here, if I'm not mistaken, was featured on Metal Jesus' PS3 Hidden Gems. Something I've had my eyes open for quite some time trying to track down, and I'm now happy to say that I own a complete copy of Heavenly Sword. And this is a very affordable game if you can find it. It's only like $5 and in really good shape. Super happy to get this into the collection. It looks really interesting, kind of like a God of War type of game. So super happy to get that one out of the way. Anytime I watch the Metal Jesus Hidden Gem videos, I try to track down anything that looks interesting. And for a few reasons. One, before the prices go up, because unfortunately, and to no fault of his or anyone who makes videos, I know a lot of people in the community get very upset, you know, like for example when the Game Chasers find Little Samson and the price goes up, or AVGN does a video on a game and that game goes up. You know, people like to fault them, but I look at it for another angle. Definitely being somebody so small as myself, I don't have the ability to affect the prices of games, and I do not believe that any of the YouTubers are deliberately trying to do it. Basically what's happening is they're exposing that game to more people, And then what happens is people are looking for that game, and there's a finite supply, so obviously the demand goes up, but the supply doesn't, and that's just simple economics on why prices go up. So at the end of the day, really, they're just introducing people to games that they think they should check out. I do the same. I think anyone that does pickup videos makes recommendations. So again, I really don't fault them, and I really don't think there's any reason to be angry about it, because at the end of the day, games are meant to be played. Even as a collector, I understand that. I do try to play as much as I can. Obviously, as an adult, I'm limited in my time, but it's really awesome to have so many games to choose from when I do decide to play. So, anyways, moving on. This next game here is a complete-in-box DS game, and that's something that's starting to become pretty scarce at GameStop. You really don't see that very often. And this is the last one of the 3 for this system that I was missing. And I'm glad to say the trilogy is now complete. I own Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, I believe, is the proper way to pronounce that. And it's complete, really, really good shape. So definitely happy to get what I'm told is the best of the 3 on the system out of the way. Alright guys, the next 2 are also the last 2 items I'm going to show you here. And this first one, I'm really excited. I just recently got it in the mail. It's something that I've wanted a copy of in one form or another for a very long time, and I was happy to download it actually on the Wii U just recently, and the version on the Wii U is really cool, but nothing beats the original, and I am proud to say that I now own, although a reprint, a complete copy of PR Solar, and definitely really happy. And as you can see, it's kind of in its own little, if you can see, there's the logo of the company kind of right there. That's watermelon, and they seal it right here. So I even got the original cardboard that came just kind of protect it and keep the integrity. I do not plan on opening this, and like I said, the reason is because I paid the extra money to not only support the company, who I really do think make quality product, but to have an ability to play it without having to open this copy. I don't really foresee the 3rd printing, which I think at this point it is, as some sort of a collector's item. I don't think it's going to be extremely valuable. It's just something where I really appreciate the packaging of it, and I want to keep it that way. And I've got it on my Wii U, so I'm already probably like 15-20 hours into it, and I'm really enjoying it, actually. But some more stuff that came. It's pretty cool. The thing, I don't know if you guys can see, it actually says Grimsie42 on it, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't even remember. I must have made that my account name on their website. But it also came with these really cool postcards, and I do not know where it went. Oh, here it is. It also came with a little keychain. So really cool there, but I've definitely saved the best for last. I hope you guys have stuck around to this point. If you have, this is definitely not the time you're going to want to leave. This game is something that a lot of people who are fans of the series think it's one of the better in this style of game. It's a shmup, and it's a very, very hard to find shmup. And if that hasn't tipped you guys off enough, ladies and gentlemen, I give you a complete copy of M.U.S.H.A. And I popped this in right when I got it. I had to see what the hype was about. And I'm not like the biggest shmup fan, like the whole bullet hell thing. I'm not, like a super skilled player at this series or that style of game, that genre. So my skill level is not through the roof, I guess, to be fair. But I was actually able to get through this. I got to the 3rd or 4th level just in my few times that I played it. And it's a super fun game. I really think the power-up system for it is awesome. I'm not going to lie, I definitely think it's a tad overpriced, but complete in there, manual in really good shape, cart is flawless, and then if I can find it, what makes this copy so, I don't know if you want to say valuable, because regardless, M.U.S.H.A. is a valuable game, it also has the registration card, and that's something that typically you don't see in complete copies. So this is a true 100% complete copy. Like I said, the manual is included also. And I really don't recommend you pay retail for this. I have been looking for it for a very long time, and I finally was able to find a price that I was comfortable paying. Definitely a good discount off of retail, but at the same time, it was a large chunk of money. But I had been saving up my doubles and stuff like that, and I had a decent amount of money, so I was able to justify the huge jump in price and make the purchase. But I'm super happy to have this. This instantly puts some cred to my Genesis collection, which is growing, is getting up there. There's still some games for the system that I'm really trying to track down. Right now, I'm really looking for the renovation games. I'm starting to track those down. And then obviously the big holy grail for me is Crusader of Senti. That's the one that I'm really trying hardest to add to my collection. But right now, complete copies are going for like 400 plus. So it's not possible at this point, especially with me saving up for something even bigger than that in the near future. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate you sticking around to the end. If you guys have the means, definitely check this out. Super fun game. I really enjoy it. If you're a fan of shmups, I think you'll like it. You may not think it's the best of all shmups. Personally, I would say it's definitely up there. I think my favorite shmup would have to be Einhander. I have the most experience playing it. I had it back in the day on the PS1, but this is definitely a really, really solid title, and if you can play it by some means, definitely check it out. Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around, and until next time, take care.